Axel! Vincent!
You left the village of Barovia with Irina in tow. Ismark decided to see you to the village boundary, which is really only about a block away from their home. And yet, on your way, you encountered an old woman who you'd seen before and acquired a pastry from. She was attempting to take a child from a household in exchange for one of her pastries, which I believe it was Axel walked up and stopped from occurring. And the old woman then fled the village to the west, which was the same way you were going. Taking the road and following her for some time with Riku as your scout, you came to a crossroads where you diverged from her path and decided to go towards the northwest and the Tesser Pool, a known location of a Vistani camp where an individual named Madame Eva was said to read fortunes and who Ismark suggested you go towards to maybe gain more information. Upon arriving at the Vistani camp, you were waylaid and brought forth to Madame Eva, whom you received your fortunes from, and then eventually Irina received hers from. And it was during this time that you learned that you were trapped in Barovia, but that there is the potential for a way out if you are to remove Strahd von Zarevich, the Count of the Land, from his throne. During this time, the card reading was presented to you, and you learned of several different items and locations where these items might be held, a potential ally, and where to expect your final encounter with the Devil Strahd himself. There was first the Enchanter card. History can be found with the Master of the Marsh, the Hooded One, a holy symbol, and a faceless god deep in the mountains. The Avenger, power and strength, a sword of sunlight, treasure lying in the house, a dragon's house, a corrupted dragon's house, excuse me. The Beast, one who will help greatly in battle against darkness. A werewolf holds hatred towards her enemy, use her abilities. And Strahd himself, a dark figure overlooking a balcony, looking down upon a cursed land. The place where you will find him and bring him towards his demise. After Irina's telling, you ventured forth and climbed the cliffs up to the bridge above Tesser Pool, overlooking Tesser Falls. And it was on said bridge where you encountered, again, the old crone, who quickly shed her demeanor and disguise, becoming a hag of a sorts, and you did battle. After grievously wounding her, she fled, turning not just invisible, but you believe disappearing entirely, leaving behind no trace except for her cart, which you promptly destroyed. After destroying the cart, you ventured forth to the east, going past the offshoot that headed back towards Castle Barovia, or Castle Ravenloft, the seat of power in Barovia, and headed towards Vallaki once more. Until, that is, you came upon a windmill, creaking slowly in the drizzle and the brief, small bursts of wind turning time and again. You find yourselves looking at said place, hearing the voices within. Toadstool, toadstool, spawn and gristle. Grind it up and make it nice and what rhymes with gristle? I don't know. You stand at this little road, seeing this decrepit old windmill, hearing these awful voices on the inside, knowing on some level that this is probably where your prey fled. What would you like to
I'd
do?
elbow Vincent next to me and be like, "Yeah, I think thistle is the word they're looking for in there."
Let's finish him off.
Should we smoke them out?
Yeah. What do we got
Should we
for
like
that?
literally smoke them out, like light the place on fire?
Yeah. Let's burn it down.
Yes. I
Well,
like that plan.
Who's got
one
fire? I can
thing,
shoot the arrows.
there was a bird at the end of the last session. There was a bird on top of it. It said something about kids trapped
watch.
inside.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't burn it.
yeah.
Oh no. Well,
But I like that you're going along with it.
All
So
right. Yeah, maybe not kill children.
no. But what I'm saying is, I bet the children inside are already. They're making them into food.
you think they're goners?
Yeah, already. Yeah.
No, but there's still some trapped in there. Like, remember,
All
she's
right,
put them in her
okay.
bag?
Then
then it
we
was
will
still alive
save
at that
them
point.
and then burn it down,
Yes.
so that they cannot do what they continue doing what they're doing. Okay. Let's meet them halfway. We could do it on fire with the knowing that we're gonna go save them.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that too risky?
I
We
think
don't know
that
these
might be a
kids.
little too risky. That's a little too risky.
How tall is this building? Like, how many stories are we looking at?
That's a very good question. This building is roughly, I want to say,
Vincent's very good at parkour, so
You're a stealthy guy too, right, Vincent?
uh,
Are there
he
like
likes to be.
windows?
Depends on
Are
how
there,
he
like-
rolls.
give me a perception check, actually, Axel, and I'll give you like a rough estimate based on that.
I don't see the building too well. It's very foggy.
Yeah, it's a little tough to give like a direct height to it. It's definitely over 20 feet tall. Could be as high as 50 or 60 feet. It's because the windmill blades are sort of moving. It doesn't give you the cleanest view, but you know, somewhere in the realm of like 30 to 50 feet tall.
I do have one eye, so. So what you guys thinking?
Are there like windows in the building? Can someone go like peek in the windows and do a little scouting?
There are some windows. Let me give you a little bit of an idea of what you're seeing on the first floor, at least. There are no windows on the first floor. There are. I will drop this image in the chat so you can see it.
All right, regardless, Vincent's gonna go stealth and try to go.
Hold on.
All right, I got a 21. Relax. Whether you say it or not, I'm going to spy on the situation.
So the first floor doesn't have windows. The second floor does have what appears to be a decrepit and rickety-looking like platform that they might have like walked out of a window onto, but that has mostly collapsed along many of the areas. The third floor appears to have windows, and then you suspect that there's probably space in the area above in the bulb that kind of looks like an onion, but you cannot tell except that there are clearly holes on the roof. And the crow flies away at this point. The raven, excuse me. The raven flies away.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the door, like next to the door, and listen stealthily.
Okay. So you get a 21, and you would like to make a perception check, please.
Can't we ever
Or
just
maybe
make a
we have
flamethrower
like
do stuff?
Vincent stand on my shoulder so we can look into one of the windows on the second floor.
I'll be able to get up to that, no problem. That's
All
my
right,
next move.
So with that,
I'm gonna listen and then parkour up to the platform and look in the window next.
The
So
platform
you-
that he said is falling apart.
I guess what I'd be listening for though is number of people type thing, not necessarily
Gotcha.
context.
So you hear shrieks and cackles and two sort of female voices from the second floor through the window above the door, sort of like coming out through the window. You do not hear anything necessarily on the first floor.
All right, I'm gonna acrobatics my way up to the platform and try to look through the window.
All right, I'm going to need 2 rolls for this. One for acrobatics and one for stealth, if that's
I
what
got a
you'd like to do.
20 for the acrobatics.
All right, that helps.
And a stealth again?
Yes, please.
20 again, all as well.
All right, let me make a roll.
You're one stealthy Ninja Turtle.
So
Good
this is going to
idea.
get this gets a +6 to it. So it's going to be a 10. Okay. You are at this point, I want to say, on probably this rickety looking piece of wood. It has not broken. You sort of like grabbed onto the door frame and lunged yourself up and rolled, and you're sort of crouched by it. And now you can peek your head through the window and take a look. And what you see, I'm actually just going to flip over to a different map and I will put you in the right place. So I'll put the rest of you back over here.
Uh-oh. Mine's not working. I just got booted.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
That's right. I'm gonna. Was it just me?
Did everybody else get booted, or was it just?
I think it's just him.
Okay.
Okay, let me try to come back and pin the link. Oh no. I'm getting a like failed to execute Getty image on canvas rendering context dude. Oh
Oh, Getty Images. Oh no.
no. Huh.
Does it work for everyone else?
Works for me. Yeah, he's the only person not in the on the players list in Owlbear. And now
Just
somebody else just
refresh it.
yeah.
I think it's on my end.
What browser are you
Obviously.
using?
Edge, an Edge. Let me try to open it in Chrome. Hold on.
Try Chrome or Firefox.
Yeah.
I only see Riku and Axel inside. I don't
Copy
see
link.
Ariel.
I'm upstairs at the moment, so my owlbear may have shit the bed,
Ah, gotcha.
making a drink.
Oh, nice. What are you making?
Control.
I don't know yet. Probably a Jack and Pete.
Cool. All right, I think I'm good. Hopefully, Vincent asking to join.
You are admitted.
A Jack and what?
Jack and Pete.
Pete?
Yeah, it's the because I have like the Soda Stream, so like the Dr. Pepper knockoff is called Dr. Pete.
Oh, okay.
That actually sounds quite tasty, even though you're drinking a knockoff Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's basically a Dr. Pepper Jack,
Nice.
but Jack and Pete.
Vincent, can you see yourself sort of dangling on the right, peering into this window in front of you onto the second floor? Yeah. Where Riku is sort of motioning.
Riku sees.
All right, so those are two creepy looking people.
Yes. Let me
Do
give
I
you a
recognize the
description.
one, the hag?
You don't actually recognize either of them. You see a haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as you see two women, ugly young women wearing silk shawls and gowns of stitched flesh. Long needles stick out of their tangled mops of black hair. The women cackle with glee.
Okay.
The room itself is it appears that there is. It's an 8-foot high chamber, of which is taken up mostly by a large millstone, connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room. A stone staircase continues up towards the sound, or towards no sound of anything. Change some of these things around a little.
So is it are the floors open or is there like there's floors and stairs, I guess, right?
Yes. Oh, I maybe gave you the wrong one. That's all good. Sorry, keep going. Keep going.
Is the gear that runs up the middle like there's just a hole in the ceiling for that? It's like I can't like
Yes.
climb that like a pole or anything.
No, you would not be able to. And you can see that it like goes down towards it goes up and down, right?
Yeah. And there's like a Oh, you said the window here. Is there seemingly a door to these platforms, or are these platforms just platforms for the sake of platforms?
They were platforms for the sake of platforms, you suspect.
Okay.
There is no door, just these windows. Inside the cage here, you do see a small child. And that would be
Alive?
Yep. He seems to be alive. He's over in this area here. The two ladies before you. Actually, in fact, there's two children. One boy and one girl. You see a moldy bed. You see one of the women going forward and taking the needle from her hair and saying, "Don't move, don't move. We need your dreams and your thoughts." And pricking one of the two children with the needle and putting a drop of blood into like a cloth, like wiping it on a cloth, and then using the needle to put her hair back up, and taking the cloth and like rubbing it onto a paste. They continue dancing and chattering.
I'm gonna look back at the gang and kind of signal with my point to my two eyes and point, give them the number 2. Tell them 2 bogeys inside.
It's good that there's not more than 3 because you only have 3 fingers.
Yeah, I could use my toes if I
Riku,
needed to.
Riku uses message and says, "What are you trying to say? Two what?"
You got 2 bad guys, very quietly, or
Yeah,
I can do it
it's
silently, right?
it's a whisper when you respond.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd kind of extra cautiously whisper, step away from the window, just
Okay.
and say, "There's 2 people inside and 2 kids in a cage."
Riku quickly relays the info to the rest of the gang,
And
and
then
then looks
I
at
guess
them.
I'll signal you guys to like come, because like we outnumber them. We'll fuck them up. Save the kids. We gotta save the kids.
Riku's gonna like look to the other group and say, should we split up or could we go in all together here? He's
I
like,
mean,
he's halfway up the building anyway. Maybe we 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
I want to go. I need to see. I got to get more eyes up above. Is there any way to scale this building outside the stairs to the
There would
next
be
level,
There would be one way if you so wish to try it.
like Ninja Turtle ways?
Yep. If you go around to the opposite side here,
Ninja Turtle ways.
if you go around to the opposite side here,
Yeah.
and then jump and grab on to the windmill, and if you can then scale up the
Oh,
side of the windmill, you could theoretically get up to the 3rd floor.
Um,
like the windmill's spinning, and he's saying
Yeah,
you
we
grab
gotta
it, and then
time
it
it.
would go. Yeah,
So there's not a lot of spinning of the windmill in particular. It moves in the wind, but it's
Yeah.
not necessarily like going, right? So if you are able to like if it like sort of comes back into play and then you like sort of wall jump onto it and grab onto it, you can probably then sort of climb up the actual like windmill itself to then look into the 3rd story window.
Oh no. Um.
All right,
Daily
so
inspiration. We got to be heroic about it.
okay.
How about a
So
13?
okay. The windmill, you have to wait for a minute. It comes back into play, and then as you're about to wall jump off, your foot slips, and then you catch with your 2nd foot, and you kick off, and you catch on with one hand. Go ahead and give me an athletics check to climb up the windmill. Now, the lot of you don't see any of this because all you see is Vincent sort of like trapeze around to the backside.
Yeah, he just goes around the back.
You don't have enough strength to get very far up this, Vincent. I am going to need to make a check for this.
It's too bad I couldn't see you and be able to cast Featherfall.
I'll be
As
fine.
you don't fall, you
It'll
hold
just be
on.
embarrassing.
As
more
you
than
are
anything.
holding on to the windmill, swinging back and forth here, you suddenly hear a window thrown open. Little boy, what are you doing? What do you mean, Turtle Boy? What do we have here? What do we have here? And
Hey.
two women who were cackling and who were torturing the poor children are now at the window, looking out the window at you, giggling and saying, "Oh, turtle soup for dinner."
Can we see that Vincent's in trouble, or
He's
is
on
he
the
on the other
opposite
side of the
side.
building?
He's on the opposite side of the building.
So
You
am
can
I like
hear- you
even?
can
Am
hear
I
these
like
voices.
level with them, like eye to eye, or am I?
You are level with them, but your back is to them, and they're
Oh,
watching
no.
you dangle off of this windmill.
All right, then can I
And we
like
can all hear the commotion.
well
You
then I'm
hear
gonna
you
try
hear
to get.
something happening.
All right, then I'm just gonna try to get back onto the platform. That's
Make
my only move.
make an acrobatics check if you would like to try to like jump back
Yeah.
down onto the platform.
Oh my gosh.
Should,
13. I
should
keep
we-
rolling 13s?
Should the rest of us be moving closer to the windmill, maybe, in case Vincent needs saving?
We don't know he's like
So-
having a rough time, but
Well, I motioned you guys to come. Like that was I intentionally told you guys to start coming at least.
Okay. So there's
Maybe
a
You would be on
problem.
the other. You would be on the other side though. I
Yeah,
presume.
maybe like me and Axel set up by the front door, and then
Which is kind of I'm hoping to be more of a distraction at this point, right?
So there's a problem here.
Okay.
As
There's a
you
problem.
jump off of the windmill blade back onto the rickety platform, it breaks. And that's the D100 roll I gave.
oh no!
You are, I want to say, a solid like 20 feet up at this point. I am going to have to ask for a dexterity saving throw. And then I'm going to roll some damage.
If I had heard that
Oh my
crash,
gosh.
Uriel would have busted in the door. If you heard a turtle crashing.
I did
Uh,
not make a dex save.
You're going to take 9 points of damage for that, Vincent.
Ouch.
And you at this point are on the ground
I either do really good or really bad.
here.
I mean, you were
Okay, so what's the
you
point?
were hanging out too long, man. Your first rolls were incredible, and then you start going downhill.
Well, I wanted to make sure there was no more like surprises upstairs.
Uriel
Why not let the
appreciates
person who
Vincent.
could fly do that?
Do that.
None of us can fly.
Yeah,
Oh, I
what
thought
the
you
heck?
could. For
I
some
think his
reason.
wings are just for show.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're like ghostly, ethereal. Wings.
Did we have to
just always
roll
assumed he could
anything
fly.
for creeping up?
To walk up
Not-
to the door, I would say no. Irina is going to come with you to here and ask Riku quickly, what should I do? I'm not sure we should be doing whatever this is, but where will I be safest?
Riku like looks behind and like puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "Stay outside the building for now, and we'll be a minute."
Okay, I'll be over by this cot. Okay, so as you guys are going up to the door, you hear a crash, a cracking of wood, and a crash and a like a tumble onto the ground on the backside. And you hear turtle soup, we're going to have turtle soup. And you hear footsteps coming down the flight of stairs.
I think they're coming, guys. Let's get ready.
Get to the sides of the door.
Alright, I'll put Uriel right
Surprise
here.
attack. Ready a weapon.
And actually, I can fly sometimes. I take that back.
All right.
I have like a daily transformation.
A daily transformation. You a vampire?
No, it's his other character.
I missed that fucking card.
In this instance, as this is happening, I will see here. You hear the two individuals running out, and as they open the door, what would you guys like to do?
Ooh.
Surprise
Can we-
attack.
Should I
yeah,
go?
Can we sneak attack her?
I tackle her and you guys go for like stabs. Or there's both of them are coming out.
Yeah, they're both going to run out one after the other, and I'll give you guys one action each to do something from your vantage points.
Okay.
And if that's
so
a combat action, that's fine.
I'd like to get up.
Do you
I'll be
guys
back.
should we focus one or like do damage to both of them?
I don't think it really matters. Hopefully, the one that we start hurting before is still injured. That'd be
Well,
cool.
I don't think we see that like that one's not here, right?
Well, we don't know. We're just hoping one of them is that one.
Neither of these look like the one you had previously encountered.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, on reaction, we'd probably just swing at whatever comes out first. So
Yeah, like I would go for this one.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and if you can make an attack roll, you may do so.
We did like a single action, or can we do like bonus action?
I want to say single action
So I
Okay.
because
can't move.
you're basically taking like a reaction against them.
Okay.
So no moving for me.
Not if you were trying to hide.
Oh shit! Nat 20, first roll of the night.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm just gonna roll initiative.
And I rolled a
Oh.
1 and a 2.
That is so brutal.
Mm.
All right. So what I will say is let's take initiative now. Go ahead and roll initiative for yourselves.
Did I hit the white-haired one with a 15?
You did not.
Okay.
That. This one. So this one's going to be A.
I rolled very poorly on initiative, by the way, boys.
This one's going to be B.
And I have no of my inspirations left. My bardic inspirations.
You get those back on long rest.
For now. Once we level up a little bit, I'll eventually get them back on short rest.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll get more of them, and there'll be a higher dice as we level up. But starting out as
So-
D6 isn't that bad.
You go like
Seriously.
D6, D8, D10.
Yeah, we'll keep going up.
This one will be a 4. That's pretty appropriate. Oh wow, 4 and a natural 1. Okay. Well, the good news is that you guys are basically all going first, except for Riku, who will go slightly after one of them. Uriel, you hit B by the looks of it, doing a little bit of damage nonetheless, and that was just like slashing damage or whatever.
Piercing, I think. Yeah, piercing.
Gotcha. Okay, good enough.
Until I power up.
That said, it is your turn. So, what would you like to do?
Right, let's use some of my new toys. So first, where's the thing I wanted to do? I am going to activate my Celestial Revelation.
Okay. What does that do?
Let's see. I have 3 things to choose from. Well, it looks like I can only choose one of them, and then I have to commit to it. When I reach 3rd level, choose one of the revelation options below. Thereafter, you can use a bonus action to unleash the celestial energy within yourself, gaining the benefits of the revelation. So I don't think I want the one that does extra necrotic damage while we're in this fucking evil hellscape.
Oh, is that a Asimar trait?
Yeah. So I think I am going to choose Radiant Soul. So my ethereal spectral wings start getting a little bit bigger and becoming more corporeal. And I like slowly lift off the ground, and I now have a flying speed equal to my walking speed. And once on each of my turns, I can deal extra radiant damage when I deal damage with an attack or a spell.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright, so now that I am flying and all magical, I'm gonna take another fucking swing at this bitch. The 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
Max damage. So 12
Oh,
piercing and 2 radiant.
Okay.
attaboy. Uriel.
Yeah, you cleave into her once again, dealing a significant amount of damage, and she screams in a fit of rage. Wow! What is this? What is such a terrible thing as this? Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Just turn to the boys and be like, "We got this, lads. Let's take these bitches down. Save these kids." This is what the kids get for experimenting with psycho hallucinogenic drugs. They just stayed in school and said no to drugs like their dare officer told them to. They wouldn't be in this predicament.
I think their parents sold them.
Well, if
Yeah.
their parents had said no to drugs like their dare officers told them to. Either way, not enough people are listening to McGruff the crime dog. That's all I'm saying.
It is Vincent, your turn. Whatever you would like to do.
Got to get back in the action.
Did he land on his back? Like he's a turtle, so would he be stuck?
Yeah, I landed on my shell. No, I on my free turn while you guys got your attacks, I did a little like, you roll around and then pop back up on your feet.
Like
And then,
rock
like,
back and forth to
yeah,
like
yeah.
get momentum.
Yeah, and then I like pop back up like real cool, like shake off the cobwebs of that 9 damage. And then so I gotta get back in the action. We're gonna go use all my movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I have a shot here? Or is what's his name in my way?
I think that's not what I wanted. I think you do have a shot there.
As long as I don't roll a 1, I should be good.
You can shoot through my wings.
Oh, are you elevated?
He is
Did I hear
not.
that?
Not.
Oh,
Or at
I'm
least not
elevated like
based on.
a few inches off the ground right now.
okay. Well, anyway, I'll try to take a shot. If I have a clear shot, we gotta try to help out the lads.
You do have a clear shot.
All right, great. Let's go. Let's go. 14.
That is a miss. Trying to split the difference, your arrow accidentally hits the thing that would hold like a torch there.
Sconce.
Yes, the sconce. Thank you.
I'm just gonna shake off the cobwebs and blame it on the fall. So I gotta get my bearings back, and that's it.
Okay. Vincent or Axel, what would you like to do?
Yeah. So I'm thinking when we fought the one on the bridge, they seemed resistant to my axe, my slashing damage, and the AC is kind of high. So we're gonna tackle. We're gonna try to take A to the ground.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Axel just cracks his
before
knuckles and is
that,
like, "All right, here we
before
go."
that I will rage, and then yeah, I'm mad that I missed my attack before, and then I will. So I'm raging.
Fucking pissed.
Raging
Yeah.
and then grappling. You go for A.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness.
Whoa, what happens
Rollies.
there?
Roll it again.
Again.
Do I still get advantage?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
You're raging, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, it seems
Oh, no, you're
like,
good.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay.
You tackle her to the ground.
Yep.
And you are both now prone. That is your full action, your bonus action, and you can't really. Well, you could move, but it's going to be at half movement with her if you want to.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, I picture it as just like on top of her, like not in a sketchy manner, just like ready to start ground and pound.
All right,
Not
the
in a sexual way.
least sexy grapple that's
Yeah,
ever
I don't
occurred.
want to bang a
A
hag.
mount?
I'll just
Gotcha.
Full
And
mount?
you have her
Yeah.
pinned. She's
Ground
pinned.
and pound?
yeah.
Is that your full turn?
I think so. I think that's all my stuff.
Okay, she is going to attempt to break out. So go ahead and make an opposed grapple check.
Oh, easily done here.
Yeah, all good. She cannot get out. That will be her action and her movement. So I don't think there's anything else she's really going to be able to do here. Let me just double check something.
Love it.
Yeah, that'll be it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Riku.
So with her grappled, what does that make her like incapacitated? Like what, or is she just like prone? Like what kind of benefit would I get from attacking her in this state?
So she is on the ground.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do to her?
I mean,
Stab?
I'm just trying to see if I get some advantage from her being like basically, restrained by
Okay.
Axel more or less.
What was that called?
Must succeed. The target is incapacitated, so they can't take actions or reactions.
Okay.
You should
Well, that's-
take one of their dream pastries and like stuff it in her mouth to make her trip.
No.
I think you'd still get a advantage on B because Uriel's got him sandwiched. I don't know if sandwiching is a thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you would get advantage, Riku.
Okay.
She's also prone, so that's the
Yeah,
other
well,
side of
the
this.
fact that she's like on the ground and you're like holding her still, Riku
Yeah.
would just be like, "Oh, this is easy. Just walk up and give her a poke." Let's see what happens
All right.
here.
Again, the least sexiest of pokes.
Well, this is a little double team here, little DP.
Yeah,
if you will.
it's gang.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness. Does that even hit?
The 17 is what you needed to hit.
Oh,
That's gotta hit. Yeah, that's why I didn't even I'm like, why even attack? I'm just gonna.
All right. 10
Should
damage,
hit.
but it's probably halved. I'm
It is.
assuming.
Your rapier does not go in as far as you want. You actually have to give it a little bit more muscle. And it's surprising. And that actually sort of explains your advantage as well, because you are able to like stab, but you have to really give it some to get through her
And then-
her tough skin.
Yes. Another question. Am I able to see my friend Vincent through the thick of things here at all?
You are. He looks rather battered and bruised.
How battered do you feel, Vincent?
I'm just feel a little dizzy, like don't know why I missed that shot.
All right.
But
Well,
I'm fine. Only lost some.
He's
9.
got his
Alright.
self heal if you're thinking of healing him.
yeah. All right. Riku sheaths his pointer finger and he's like, "All right, then I'll save this for later." And he's not gonna move though because he doesn't
Save
want
it
to
for
give
more
up a
dire situation.
free attack. So he's
Alright.
staying put here.
Fair enough. E, who has taken 2 hits from the how do I pronounce that again? The Yukla?
Equa.
She is incredibly upset about this. She is going to look at I want to say you, Uriel. I will need a wisdom saving throw, please.
I return her gaze with radiant fucking energy blasting out of my eyes. And 11. That's probably not saving.
That is a fail. You are now frightened, and I am going to do. Actually, there will be
damage, maybe.
no damage yet. You are frightened. She does cast a spell. You begin to see your worst nightmares come to fruition before your eyes. So if there are appropriate things for that, go ahead and describe them.
What would Uriel? If Uriel sees the face of his like mentor, like the druid priestess who like ran the temple that he comes from, that kicked him out and was disappointed, and she's just saying over and over, "I'm not mad, I'm disappointed."
Okay, and so frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight. You cannot willingly move closer to that source of fear. So that will be their turn. At the end of your turn, you need to make another wisdom saving throw, and something else may or may not happen. I think that's everybody. You can hear Irina yelling, "Oh, oh God! There's more of them! Kill them! Do the thing!" She's like shouting encouragement from the sidelines. Uriel, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Are these guys considered fiends?
They are considered fiends.
So what does turned mean? Like
Turned.
on failure, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. Oh, it explains it. Spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. It can't willingly move to a space within blah blah blah. Can't take reactions. And, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So doesn't that only work on undead?
As an action, I present my holy symbol and each fey or fiend within 30 feet of me.
Oh wow! All right.
I think it's because I took the like the druidy flavored paladin subclass.
Oh, interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I am going to do that. I'm gonna hold up my holy symbol and being like, I'm so sorry, Sensei. I didn't mean to let them get away with it." And they both have to make a wisdom saving throw with a DC of 13.
And so this would be turn the faithless.
Yes.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. Just double check something. Okay. That's a 17. So this would be
Damn it.
for A, and this is for B. B fails.
Yeah. Fuck you, B. Now we're scared of each other.
Oh wait, they are frightened as well.
No. I guess that doesn't work. But she's turned. Well, we affected each other. Tit for tat.
Creature is turned. Takes damage. So then what does that mean? Let me double check.
It's like you guys are running away from each other from what you were saying before.
Well, I don't have to run away. I just can't run towards. But now for B's action, it can only use the dash action to try to escape.
Wow.
That's what I mean. You guys are like running away from each other.
Well, I think us attacking it like on a reaction kind of knocks it out of that, right? Because it says when it takes damage, that kind of goes away.
Yes, that is correct.
It doesn't say so. Oh yeah. For 1 minute or until it takes damage.
But then how do you turn it back? Is there like
It just wears off. Wears off after a minute or until it takes damage. But until then, all it can do is try to run away.
Run and
it's gonna
hide.
take
Yeah.
damage like next turn though?
Well, we'll take down A first, and then we can focus fire on B.
There is one other side of this. So what appeared to be two women now appears to be the two tokens before you, clearly hags in disguise. Even though they were like ugly, sort of cronish young women, these are now very clearly not humans. These are very clearly hags. Their illusion has dissipated in the attempt or the successful turning because of this.
Nice.
Would this
That's
have
cool.
broken her her fear thing on me?
This did not break concentration on her spell.
Damn it. So I have to
Which
do
means
another.
that I will need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Come on. Oh, there we go. 18.
I do believe that's good enough. Let me double check.
Oh, you have to double check on an 18. That's concerning.
This thing's
Uh,
strong.
It is successful. You do not take 4d10 damage.
Holy fuck.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh my goodness.
And the spell is thrown off and you are no longer frightened.
Wow.
Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
You almost just got nuked.
I'm gonna go around and help surround A.
Well, I guess you're not getting any closer. I guess that's fair.
Well, I'm not afraid anymore, right?
Oh no, you're not afraid anymore. You're right. You're all good. Vincent, as Uriel moves around towards the other one that Axel has prone, you now have a very clear shot at this creature before you. What would you like to do for your turn?
Vincent is worried he's a little concussed from missing his last shot, and he's gonna do something he doesn't normally do, and he is going to run in on this hag.
Okay.
Yeah, let's all just like
Boom.
get around
And this
A and
is,
just like
and this
just
is what
kick
I
her while
want to do.
she's down.
No, we're gonna go to B, but Vincent's gonna make a beeline for the doorway, and he wants to like jump backwards, somewhat forcefully into B, and then like continue into the
Don't
boom.
do it
But
too forcefully to cause damage.
kind
Isn't
of
B
like
about to run away?
Yeah, leave B alone.
yeah,
You-
but
I
I'm
just used
pushing
my
him.
cool
I
new
meant
thing.
like this way. Like I
Okay.
wanna,
No,
you
no,
know what
no.
I'm saying?
I get
Like,
you. I get you.
and I want to
So
go in.
you can do that
You know,
without doing
so,
damage necessarily or anything. What I would
you know,
ask
I
is
want to do it like kind of cool. You know,
give me a strength check at advantage because you're basically just trying to barge your way through her square.
using my momentum in my turtle shell. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
What do you want? Did you a strength something?
Strength check at advantage.
That's just a straight roll then. Advantage. Ooh, good. 18.
I think that's gonna be good enough. I'm checking one thing. Just like moving through speed.
I want to like pinball off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Into the room.
I don't think there's an issue with this. I'm going to say that you successfully get into the room. She doesn't leave her square, but you do like push your way through, and you are now in the room. And that was
All
your
right.
movement, not your action.
Yeah, so that was like 5. So 5, 10, 15,
20,
20.
25. I'm going to say
Yeah.
that's your full movement to get there because it's
Okay.
difficult terrain to get past her.
All right. Then I'm either gonna turn an attack or I want to use my dash and go upstairs. I'm concerned that there might be other things.
Other foes?
Yeah. And I don't want to get surprised by that. So I think at this moment I'm gonna use my dash and try to go upstairs.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, and we will put you back in this one
And
here.
and the whole point of me going up there was to oh wait, never mind. Then yeah, I want to go up there.
All right, so you're at the top of the stairs here,
And then
and
I
that
would
was
like to go up
20 feet of movement.
how much would it be to get up to the next to C, at least eye level to the
To
next
go up to
floor?
to go up to that ladder, and which is like it's sort of like a tilted ladder, so it's not straight up and down. You can go to
Oh, I wasn't
here,
understanding that. Okay.
and you can kind of see above, and I will remove this for us here. And so you can see the wheel grinding away because the post goes all the way through, but the
Yeah.
wheel is up on the third floor and it's just sort of spinning.
All right. Can I do any sort of not an action or any sort of perception check for like voices or something?
Yeah,
Listening for like upstairs.
go ahead.
Perception.
Yep. And the stairs on the opposite side of you, which
13.
you're coming up these stairs, so I'll sort of put your head poking here, like on the ladder. And the stairs that go up to a trapdoor. The 13. Let me make a check. Let's find out.
Any footsteps or any voices creaking up there, lurking?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you hear footsteps from above.
Alrighty then. That's all I got.
Okay. That would bring us to Axel. What would you like to do?
Axel is going to continue to mount the hag.
Okay.
Pummel her.
Yeah. Do we need
Stone
to?
Cold Steve
Do
Austin.
I have to do
that
grapple checks or?
I want to double check one thing when you're grappling. So I don't know if you need to keep doing grapple checks or if she just needs to keep trying to do grapple checks to get out.
Oh, like on her turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grapple action.
You might be able to attack her still.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely gonna. I'm just ground and pounding right now, just smashing her in the face.
So she has to use her
Okay. And
stuff.
does my fist count as a melee weapon?
It does, technically.
Okay. I'm going to recklessly punch her in the face.
Okay.
And I'm raging. Oh, I miss.
So-
Somehow I miss.
So angry, you missed.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. It hasn't shown up for me. What'd you roll?
Yeah, I don't see it either.
12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like you're trying to punch through her defenses, but she's like lithe enough still to sort of be
Yeah.
able to like reel
She's
away
squirmy.
from it. Yeah.
All
Is there
right.
anything else you would like to do?
No, I just want to keep her incapacitated.
She will attempt to get up again. It's her only move at this time. Go ahead and make an opposed check against that. Good enough. You hold her down. She is attempting, but she is failing to do so. I think that's her full turn. Riku, what would you like to do?
Riku sees Axel struggling to subdue this woman, and he will say, "Worry not, friend. I will take it from here." As he attempts to stab her yet again with his sword, his rapier.
Alright.
18.
That's a hit.
All right.
Thank God for that advantage.
Yeah. This, some more damage, just peppering it in there.
Oh,
Gotcha.
shit.
And no one's really hurt yet, so there's no reason for me to heal anybody.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it for Riku. He smiles as we double team
We're
this
chipping
wench.
away. Chipping away.
Yeah.
Alright. The turning of B. She just needs to run, like dash as far away as possible. Is that the idea?
Yeah. That is all she's allowed to do.
Get the frick out of here.
Yeah. Should probably check just to make sure. Make sure Penguin's not making up spells.
No,
I
that's
looked at it, but it's just like wild.
Yeah,
It's a-
it's the DC is super low, so it's hard to get people with it.
Yeah.
But it seems super OP.
It would just be
The-
funny though if you're just making up spells and be like, "Yep, the bad guy has to run away."
no.
Yeah, the
It's
bad guy runs away, and if he rolls an even number, he poops his pants.
It's one thing, like, especially because it's effectively turn undead. I didn't realize it was going to
Yeah.
affect fiends as well. And it's like one thing to turn zombies. It's a completely different thing to turn a hag.
Yeah.
Let me just double check.
I
Yeah, these are
don't.
powerful creatures.
My paladin has nothing for undead actually, because of the subclass I chose.
Oh wow, that's a choice.
I
Let's see.
figured Curse of Strahd, vampires and zombies and stuff. Like we're not gonna be fighting undead.
30 feet. A turn creature must spend this turn trying to move as far away as you from it can. It can't willingly move. Can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action. Okay. So it has done that. It has fled to the far side of the building. So far as you can tell, you cannot see it. It is out of your range at this point. That was their turn. Irina continues to yell, "Oh, why is that one running away?" Uriel, what would you like to do?
Flash Arena thumbs up and be like, it's running away because it's scared of me. Because it knows that we would kick its ass. And then I am going. Let's see.
Stabby stab.
Yeah, but do I want. I have one spell slot left. Do I want to do some extra radiant damage to this bitch?
The old smite action.
Yeah, like I could smite her, or I could throw on one of my concentration
maybe-
spells. Gives me an
Maybe
extra D4 radiant damage.
I think you bless us or you save the slot to smite the other one who's stronger.
Yeah, I think since we have a grappled, I'm gonna hold on to the spell slot for now, and I'm just gonna
Yeah.
stab her. With a 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
So 10 piercing and 2 radiant.
Gotcha.
And then
And-
I forget I can fly, so I guess I will I'll fly like 15 feet up in the air just because.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll fly up so I can like look in a window and keep an eye on Vincent in case he needs like backup or something. In case he
Okay,
comes
so
across
it
something scary.
It would be 10 feet to the first one and 20 feet to the second.
So I'll go and like hover by the second story window.
Okay, and as you do so, you can see Vincent's head poking up over this ladder that's sort of like going from the second to the third floor. And you can see this wheel like sort of moving ever so slightly as the wind moves the wheel, the windmill wheel, and you can see him looking up the stairs at this trapdoor that you're basically across from. So you would be looking in this window.
Okay, so I'd yell into Vincent, be like, "We got things handled out here, Vincent. You check out inside. Let us know if there's any shenanigans."
All right. Let's see whose turn it is now. Vincent, it is actually your turn.
Yeah. Vincent is going to. So the stairs go up right here.
Yes, they
Correct.
do.
All right, let's do it. Let's go to the stairs.
It's gotta be a
Boom.
bunch of
And
goodies
then,
around this place.
I
Right?
want to stealthily peek upstairs, expecting to see people. And
Make a
want to
stealth
stay
check.
hidden. Oh no, wasn't a good one. 9.
No, it was not a good one. And as you peek up the stairs, you see a face looking back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be none
Oh.
other than the woman who you fought on the bridge. And she says, "First you attack me, then you take away my pastries, then you hurt my daughters. Oh, it's not going to be good for you, turtle soup indeed, tonight." What else would you like to do? That was your movement.
Was that all my movement? How much movement was
Or
that?
actually, that was
Can
your
I
movement
Can I
and
retreat a
your
little bit?
that was your movement and your action because you used the stealth as an action. I would
Oh,
say.
okay.
So that would be 5, 10, 15, 20. So you can move backwards.
I'd like. Yeah, I'd like to retreat. Back
Okay.
into the room as much as I can.
Look,
She's
good
gonna-
thing I flew
she's
up
And I
there
would
to
like-
check out Vincent.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
and I
take an
wanna
attack
try
of
to-
opportunity against you.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. But I want to.
Typical
if
Vincent
I
giving
can
up
go
attacks
down
of
at all, I want to
opportunity.
try to get
Oh no!
Gonna be
No.
16 points of damage.
Oh,
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
So why you don't
as
just-
as you attempt to close, because you poked your head up through the trapdoor, basically, and as you attempt to do so, she takes a swipe and swipes at your scalp, and her claws dig in across your turtle scalp.
She got you good.
Oh, how much was it?
16.
There's consequences for your actions, Vincent.
All right. Do I? All right. Whatever. 16 damage. All right. We're hanging on by a thread. All right. What else do I got? I got bonus action, right?
I would use your bonus action if
Ooh,
you
yeah.
can.
You can heal yourself, can't you, with a bonus action?
Yeah. At this point. Just trying to see which one it is.
Yeah,
think
she's gonna
it's-
fuck you hard, all in there by yourself.
Second
action?
wind.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Boom. Once per short rest. 1d10 plus 3. and then I want to try to get my buddy's attention out the window. We just asked, let him know if I needed help. I'm gonna flail my arms
Like, yes,
as
yes, I
I
do.
as I run down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, I would say go ahead and make a or go ahead and take 9 hit points
Alright, so I
back.
got 9 health. Yeah.
And you're yelling for Uriel to basically like come on in.
Yeah, like there's more. The hag's in here.
Is there anything
I
else
knew
you
it.
can do?
Oh, I think that's all I can do.
All right. Axel, what would you like to do?
I want to punch her in the face. The A. Yep. Going for a face punch. 19. I think I hit her.
You do hit her.
Okay, so I do 4 damage, and that gets halved, so I do 2 damage. And continue to restrain her.
Okay. You did deal her some damage as you like basically begin to remove a tooth or two from her jaw with your fists. It is her turn. She's going to escape. And she
Try
will
to,
fail.
or oh, okay, I was gonna say she's just gonna.
She casts escape.
Oh, she's good. That was a low roll for me too. All right.
All right. That is her turn. Riku, what would you like to do? Take a stab?
Yes. How did you know? Let's
It
see.
seems like the optimal move here. Hey,
Okay.
that's a good, solid hit.
Dirty 20. There we go. And Riku says, "Ha ha! Got you again." Smiles.
And she doesn't really bleed a lot with any of these puncture wounds that you're giving her. She's
Just like
still
constantly poking her.
still not bloodied. These are tough creatures. These
Yeah.
are fiends. These are hags. These are difficult beasts that you are dealing with.
Riku's starting to think his rapier isn't going to cut it out here in these woods.
Yeah, we gotta upgrade our weapons.
The one who is now outside of visual range. She is further than 30 feet away. I just want to see.
But that is not. She can get further away from me though. Trying to move as far away as it can.
Hmm.
So I took that to mean that she was just gonna dash away until the minute was up.
Let's let the DM decide.
As far from you as it can. All right, yeah, she's just gonna run for the woods.
Just like Scooby Doo running.
Oh yeah, she's just gone, and
Oh my God.
she's just sprinting.
I just hear the noise when they run the drums.
Fine for now. Irene is like, should I keep an eye on her? And she like will move over to. I want to say Irene is gonna move here and be like, she's just running. She's just going. Vincent. Trapdoor is flung open, and the hag from before descends upon you. This is my home. You will not destroy my business. You will not kill my daughters. And she is going to use a spell. She is going to use Hold Person. I would need a
Oh.
wisdom saving throw on you, please.
Oh no. Oh, that's really good.
That is very good. And that would have been very bad if you had failed. And you shake off the spell. And she will see her spell fizzle and go, too strong? Uriel, what would you like to do?
Because I'd respond to Irina. I'd be like, yeah, keep an eye on her. If she should be running away for a little bit, but if she starts coming back, yell and let us know.
Okay.
And then I'd look down at Riku and Axel and be like, that first bitch is in there. She's going after Vincent and needs help. You guys take this one out and then join us inside. And then is the window big enough for me to like bust through dramatically?
Riku thumbs
Yeah.
up and says, "All right, it'll be another 20 minutes."
matter. You got this.
You can bust through. I will say that it will take a strength check and most of your movement to get in there next to Vincent and the hag.
Well, it can take all of my movement. That's where I want to go. It's a strength check.
Say Vincent's right here.
Ooh, that was almost a 3. But
All
it's a
good.
23 instead.
You burst through the window, the glass shattering, the dirty glass shattering. You are here. You cannot attack the hag from this vantage point, but if you are to move here, which you have the ability to do so, you can begin to make strikes against her.
Oh yeah, I want to make a strike against her. The question is, do I smite her for 3d8 damage? Or do I activate Divine Favor for 1d4 radiant damage on every hit?
I don't know.
Is she?
Just-
Should ask if she's still
Oh, yeah,
bloody.
but how does she look?
Still
Does she
bloody
look
from
like
the first fight.
she healed herself from when we fought, or does she still look a little beat up?
She is still quite bloodied.
Oh, then I'm gonna activate Divine Favor then.
And deal 1d4 on every hit.
Yep.
Does that make your
So-
attacks magical?
You don't want to just hit her once with a big hit and get it over with?
Well, we still have 2 other hags.
I'll say this. She is bloodied, but she is not near death. In case that helps you make a decision.
You know what? I'm smiting her. Fuck her. Smite time. Let's take this bitch out. So let's see. So roll to hit 17.
That's exactly what you needed.
Perfect. All right. So 9 piercing damage plus 2 radiant damage.
So I think this might makes your attack magical.
Oh, does it really?
I think so. I can check that. Keep rolling and I'll check that.
That
And
was the
then
amazing.
another 16
Oh.
radiant damage on top of it.
So what is that? 25 total?
Yeah. No, 27 because the +2 from my
Gotcha.
my spectral radiance or whatever it's called.
So 18 of the good
18
stuff.
yeah, 18 radiant and 9 piercing. Unless smite makes it all magical.
It does not by the looks of it, which is a little disappointing, but that's okay. And then another 2 there. Okay. She is very clearly now near death. And as you do this, you slice up through, like the staircase is just an open staircase. It doesn't even have like a railing or anything. And you slice up at her and you slash her at the leg, and she sort of stumbles a little bit and says, "No, this is my home. It's been so good." Vincent, what would you like to do?
Burning this place to the ground. Vincent's gonna yell out.
There's still
Finish her.
children here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just foreshadowing.
Are you taking a step back?
Say
Giving her
no.
another attack of
Say
opportunity.
no.
No.
No, do it again. Do it again. Oh, man.
Don't you
shoot
have
her with can I shoot her with my bow from here?
You can shoot her with your bow.
or don't you have close range stuff too?
Not good ones. I'm a bow man. What I wanted to do was because I wanted to get away, but
So
whatever.
you have to disengage.
Yeah, but that's a waste of
She's close to death, so you can attack her and then
Yeah,
action
well-
surge and attack her again. And
Oh, whoa. And hopefully finish her off.
yeah,
Lynch is our fighter
Alright.
master over here.
boom, 23 to hit.
All right, so because you're in close combat, it is technically disadvantage.
Oh, fine. 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I rolled 4 damage.
Are you gonna use the like an arrow to like a arcane?
I am absolutely using an arcane arrow. My second one, which will be my last until the next
It's probably worth
short
it for
rest.
this one, you know.
Yep, we're gonna do the grasping shot. So
Okay.
it'll do 2d6 poison damage. So hopefully that does 6 poison.
How would
And
you like
now
to
it.
do this?
Oh,
Yeah, Vincent.
well, it's just gonna be the arrow is gonna like grow like rose thorn tangles and just wrap around it and
Gotcha.
kill it.
And so it's funny because as Uriel slashes up with his weapon, she sort of fell to one knee as I described before, and you unleash your arrow, and it hits her in the other one, and she actually begins to fall down on her other knees, and almost as if she's about to tumble down the stairs. And yet your grasping shot goes arcane, and the magic wraps up, grasping onto the stairs and the ground, and holds her upright from falling on top of you, and you can see the life fleeing from her eyes. And as this happens, something else happens. You hear what I can only describe as like a shattering boom in the general vicinity of the windmill itself. And you see you know that thing in Skyrim where you like steal someone's soul with like a soul bound, soul trapped item, and their soul
Yeah.
like comes out and there's that like sort of thing? That essence from each of the hags, and Irina shouts, "Something's happening!" bursts forth from each of them. If anyone is trained in Arcana, Riku, maybe you may make an Arcana check.
Let's see what I got here. I have a +2. Is that something?
That is something.
All
Give you
right.
that.
8 total with a 6 here.
You know that something's changed, but you don't know what based on this.
Something's happening, guys.
But the hag before you is now dead, Vincent. You have your movement and your bonus action if you would like to use those.
Yeah. We're
Can I use
gonna.
my can I use my reaction to what just happened to high five Vincent?
Yeah, I'll high five you back, and I'm gonna say, let's get out and finish them off, and or actually no, let's go save the kids, and then let's burn this place down.
Yeah, you get the kids, and I'll go back out through the window and help the rest of the boys.
All right, and then Vincent will use as much movement as he can do in here to traverse back down to as far as he can go. So I don't know how much it is. 5, 10, 15, 20. Come down there. Boom. Alright, deal. So, I'm coming for you, kid. Oh wait, oh, I already used my action. Never mind. Wait, is running extra distance is not a bonus action, right?
Saying dash.
Yeah,
That's an action.
that's an action, right? Okay. No, I'll get there next turn. All right, that's all I got.
GM on mute.
Oh, sorry. Axel, what would you like to do?
Axel is going to try to speed things up, and he's going to take his dagger off of his belt and try to stab. Can I do that? Like a dagger stab while mounting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, while you're
Give it-
mounted,
I'm
have a
mounting
shoulder
the
dagger?
hag, and I'm
while you're
trying to
mounted to the hag.
stab her. Yeah.
You guys are pinned down.
Go ahead, do damage.
Still 4 damage. So
The dagger cleaves into her significantly more easily than it had before.
Ooh.
Huh.
Ooh,
Well.
is she not undead or whatever it is? What was that
She's
called?
definitely still a fiend, but she seems
Still
to
a
have
fiend.
lost some amount of magical resistance.
Like to hear that.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, we're just waiting for Riku to come in and stab her.
Okay. She will attempt to get up. So go ahead and roll an
It's a
opposed
strong
check.
roll. Not as strong as Axel.
And she makes a valiant attempt. This is closer than any other time she has attempted to get up, but you force her back down to the ground in time for Riku to take his action.
Riku is gonna stab. Oh shoot. Well that hits, but let me for good measure. Okay. There you go. 6 damage.
And again, your rapier slides in much easier than before.
Hmm.
She's now bloodied.
Riku's like, look it, we're getting to her.
we're doing it, Riku.
We can do this.
The other hag has disappeared from sight from Irina, and she says so. I think she's gone. And Irina sort of like moves back over towards the cart here, watching you like stab into this hag on the ground.
Yeah, we'll be finished up
Uriel,
here soon.
Yeah. Feel free to come over and stab her with us.
Uriel, what would you like to do?
So I am going. Do I need to make another strength check to go out through the window?
Nope, because you have broken it.
All right, so I'm going to go out through my broken window, being careful not to cut any of my clothing on any of the glass. I'm going to look down and see the hag down below me, and I'm just going to yell out, for Asgard! And dive down and stab her.
Okay, you have enough movement just to do that.
And I miss.
She is prone, you have advantage.
Oh, nice. I might not miss. I don't miss.
That is a hit.
Max damage. 12 piercing and 2 radiant.
You go through her shoulder and hurt her quite significantly at this point. Is there anything else you can do on your turn?
I don't think so. Nope.
All right. Vinny, what would you like to do? There are 2 children in the cage, a
Yeah,
young boy and a
sure.
young girl.
Try to figure out how to if I can. Is it locked?
It is locked. There is
Can I
a
break it
you can attempt to do
first
so.
off? Uh,
It looks like a pretty rudimentary lock. It's not a padlock, but it's just like a skeleton key type lock built into the
Yeah.
bars of the cage.
I mean, I'm definitely like searching this place head to toe before I burn it down, but I want to free the kids as quick as possible. So I would like to break it if I could, but I will, I'm gonna search anyway. So
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, all right. Ooh, 23.
Ooh.
There's actually a key over on the bed,
Oh,
and you
grab it.
catch it through your peripheral vision, sort of sticking out from under one of the blankets there. And you
Oh.
are able to go grab it, unlock the cage, and begin to bring the kids downstairs if you so wish.
I'm just gonna tell them go outside and go see the woman or ask if they're okay. You guys okay?
Go see
They
your
are.
captor. Is that what you're telling them?
No,
You
I
said, you
meant
said
I
Be
it'd
more
meant
be Irina.
descriptive. They're children.
I know but they don't know Irina, so I'm just saying
Yeah.
like
The
run,
nice
get
lady. Stay the
outside,
nice
yeah,
lady. You know.
yeah, run outside and to safety. I'll be right out. But like
Um,
make sure they're like relatively okay,
uh,
not like
they
turned into
are.
like beasts or like savagely wounded.
Yeah. Uh, they are grateful, and they begin sprinting down the stairs.
Excellent.
They say like, "Oh, thank you. We'll get outside and then talk." Oh, thank you. Gosh, thank you. They seem pretty upset, but mostly okay. They're able to walk and run down the stairs.
All right. Then I would like to use whatever movement I have left to start going back upstairs.
Oh, back upstairs. Okay.
Yep.
And I will say I will put you here for that.
Go.
That would probably be your full turn at this point, I would
Yeah.
say.
That's all I got.
Axel.
How many rounds has it been?
It has been 5 rounds.
Okay, cool. Just make sure I don't have to keep my rage going. Just go for another dagger stab.
All right. At advantage.
I miss it.
That is a
Wow.
miss.
Yeah.
She's able to, again, sort of like hold your hand off and therefore fend your attack away.
Stop it.
Yeah, stop resisting.
Let's see. Can't take actions. Okay, she will attempt to get out once more. So go ahead and make an opposed grapple check. Ooh, that was pretty good from her.
Wow.
But not good enough.
At least you're rolling well with these.
Damn. Yeah, that's like completely changed the fight. She will stay there, Riku.
Wow, she almost got out that time.
Yeah.
But not on your watch, right? Boom. Eat that. Oh, decent roll there for damage.
Nice.
Oh yeah. And again, this time your rapier goes through her all the way to the ground. She's now taken 2 of these hits, and you do begin to see the blood pour from her. She is in very rough shape.
We're almost there, boys. Keep poking away.
Uriel?
I was gonna see how Riku just like stabbed her real nice. I was gonna be like, you got some nice like stabbing action. Let's see how I can do. And I'm also gonna stab her
Triple team, boys.
with an 18 to hit,
That's a hit.
10 damage.
Please describe your kill.
So I am just gonna like pierce like right through the center of her chest with my Iklowa.
Okay. And as you do this, she gives a cry and falls dead, or like remains dead on the ground at this point, unmoving. We will say that you are out of combat at this point. The other hag is nowhere in sight. The children will be with you on the outside of this windmill, and we'll take like a 5-minute break because it's almost 8:30.
All right. Well, Vincent is gonna walk up to the hag that's in his brambles and smack her in the head again with the bow, and then search said
All
person.
right. Bone grinder. Let me find what they have as treasure.
Because maybe to make things easier, we'll simultaneously search the hag out front just to get the looting of the corpses in
Gotcha.
one swoop.
You are able to find several gems on each, 3 on the one that Vincent searches for, and 2 on the one that you search.
Any like particular type of gem?
Pieces of cheap jewelry inset with what would look to be either some sort of like cheap little sapphire or cheap little jade.
Okay.
Cheap gems.
I'm gonna pass the jade one over to Riku because I think the green goes really well with his eyes.
Oh, it's really lovely. Thank you. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you're right. I think
yeah.
you're right, actually.
Yeah, green's just green's your color. It looks nice on you.
Thank you. Riku will look the place up and down and be like, maybe there's some hidden compartments here with the actual jewels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's search
Yeah,
the
let's
entire.
Well, there's a
I call
chest
over
right
to
here, so.
And then we're burning this place
Okay.
down after
Yeah.
we loot it.
I guess I
Alright.
call over to oh, what's her name? I just forgot it.
Irina?
Yeah, call over to Irina and the kids and be like, all right, let's like we took care of the threat. Let's get inside and batten down the hatches and like
Riku would like
safe a little bit and search this place.
crouch down and like talk to the children, like get on the level and be like, did you see the mean ladies hiding anything?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. They didn't really keep any gold about. They tended to spend it fast in the town, is my understanding. You found the gems that they had on them. Do we have to stay here? We don't really want to stay here. That's the little girl.
We
Do you
think-
know how to get home from here?
Well, yeah, we could walk on the road back to the village of Barovia, and they actually look at Irina, and Irina looks at them, and they're like, "Hold on a minute." She recognizes the boy. The boy is Freak. She goes, "Freak, you're Freak, aren't you? And that means you must be Myrtle. How did you end up here?" And the kids go, "Our parents traded us for the pastries. Ever since they started eating the pastries, they just, I don't know, we've been having to feed ourselves. Life has been very hard. We don't have to go home to them, do we, Irina?" And Irina's like, "No, of course not. But you can't, we're not going to Barovia." She looks all at you imploringly.
Riku raised an eyebrow, looks at Irene, and is like, "They're not pets, you know."
Are we about to adopt 2 children? I think we're about to adopt 2 little kids.
Well, no, I mean, I wasn't necessarily going to take care of them. And Freak is like, "Please, Irina, please.
Well-
You or Ismark could help us, and you'd
Irina,
give
if
us a better life."
if we send them to your brother with a letter, do you think he'd be able to help them out?
Well,
Which I'm
yes,
sure with the pastries, these aren't the only kids who need a little help.
that's very well true. Look, do we have time to bring them back to Barovia? I guess that's fine. I don't think they should go on the road by themselves.
Yeah, especially with one more hag out there still.
Riku smiles and says, "They'll be fine."
I think, all right, kids. Maybe we're gonna make sure that we get anything useful that these hags left behind, and then burn the place down to make sure they can't do this to any more children, and then we'll leave. So you just got to be brave just for a little while longer. Just stick with Irina. We're not gonna let anything happen to you. You saw how tough we are. I flexed
Okay.
with my glowing wings.
And they're listening to you. They're willing to give it a try. Do you just want them to tag along with you guys until you get to Vallaki and then make a decision there? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, sure. We'll find a sweatshop to put him to work there.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll find a small compartment that has treasure in it that none of us can fit into, and we need tiny hands to fit into the small places.
Gotcha. Freak and Myrtle will mostly stick with Irina at this point in time. If we need to bring them forth as tokens, we can. Inside the first floor, as you begin to poke around, let me give you a description here. The ground floor has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. According to the clutter, adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, and a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on the doors. In addition to the clucking of chickens, you hear toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries blends horridly with a stench that burns your nostrils. The awful odor comes out of an open, upright barrel in the center of the room. Warmth issues from a brick oven against the wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the walls from it.
This place is foul, Riku
Yeah.
says.
What's in the trunk?
Axel, what's in that chest over there?
All right, as you open the chest,
It grows teeth and it bites you back. Roll initiative.
let's see. The chest. So the wooden trunk has tiny holes bored into its lid, and as you open it, you see hundreds of croaking toads. You open it, and several toads escape. They seem harmless. One of them accidentally gives a almighty leap and jumps directly into the burning furnace.
Oh, catch it, Axel.
Damn. Yeah, can I talk to Toad?
Sure.
Could be people, yeah.
So I guess I would ask it. Oh, I'd say, "What's up, Toad? Are you like a real Toad, or are you like, where's the loot?"
Like if we kiss them, will they all turn into princes?
What's on their mind?
They give a croak, and then you understand: hungry, trapped, hungry, trapped.
Well, I think they're brain dead. Yeah, we'll just keep looking. It's kind of box of toads.
So,
It's a box of toads, fellas.
yeah,
Box of toads.
question about Axel and his speak with animals. Like, say if he wanted to maybe like keep a couple of toads in his pockets, are they intelligent enough that he could like give them commands if he established a rapport with them?
Let me double check something. I'm guessing the answer is no, but not even
Do toads ribbit?
they
They croak.
do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think
Frogs
I.
ribbit, toads croak. Come
I don't
on.
think I'd want something that made noise like in my pocket.
They are unintelligent creatures, and therefore I'm going to say no.
Aw.
And you would know this from your time being able to speak like this with animals.
Yeah, I'm not looking. I don't want a toad as a pet anyway. I want something cool,
Yeah, you want like
Yeah.
a falcon.
like a rat. Yeah, like a maybe even like a rat or something.
Yeah, getting Axel like a cool animal companion is pretty high up on my list of things that I want to do.
Gotcha. I will say this: as you poke around the rest of the room, there is the barrel, has a greenish black, demonic-looking ichor inside of it, and it smells horrifically. This is the thing that is giving off that awful sort of stench.
What do you suppose that stuff is?
Yeah. Are there any like alchemy supplies? Are there like vials and stuff that we could like
Oh yeah.
put some of this liquid into like safe to carry containers?
So there are inside the cabinet with the flowers on it are wooden bowls, baking ingredients, including flour, sugar, and several gourds of powdered bone. Hanging on the inside of the cabinet are dozens of locks of hair. Amid various concoctions, including empty vials, are 3 small labeled containers holding elixirs. One is labeled youth, one is labeled laughter, and one is labeled mother's milk.
I guess I would I'd grab a bag and just like put all the contents. Or Riku, you have a bag of holding, don't you?
One
That's
way
right.
in the one
Yeah,
way in.
And,
What,
and
one
as
way
you're
out.
as you're talking to Ricky, you see him like bend over and pick up one of the toads off the ground, and then he's gonna throw it in the black ichor and see what happens.
Animal cruelty, man.
As you throw the toad into the black ichor, you see it bubble, sizzle, hiss, and then smoke. And the toad dissolves into the acid.
Oh,
Axel backs up away from.
Um,
Yeah.
Riku looks at Uriel and's like, "You sure you want to go near that stuff?"
Are there any like dragon hide gloves? Like something some kind of like personal protective equipment that I can put on while I like fill up the vials with this ichor?
No, not that you can see.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to be super careful then.
Okay. Go ahead and just give me a dexterity check if you're going to fill there are 3 empty vials. If you would like to fill them, you may. Give a
Riku's
dexterity
like,
check.
before you do that, should we search the rest of the place first before you mess
Yeah,
around
Yeah,
with
let's-
stuff?
well,
let's do that just in case.
Save this
Like,
for last. Yeah.
okay, smart, Riku.
Vincent did upstairs and the attic to make sure, because that's where the hag was. If there was any like personal items, wouldn't it be at the very tippity top?
Yeah, you would like to search the attic? We
I
can
want
do
to
that.
search all the floors.
Gotcha. Go ahead and just give me an investigation check. See what you come across.
Like a group or just him?
Ooh,
Vincent in
19.
this regard. 19.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. In the attic, funny enough, you've reached the windmill's peak. It's a dome chamber filled with old machinery. There's not much room to move around. Light slips through the attic in the small holes in the walls. You don't really find anything. A few old abandoned birds' nests. On the second floor, or the third floor, excuse me, you already found some gems that they were holding on themselves. There's really not much. The mattress is disgusting on the second floor. Amidst the baking supplies that are being stored on the second floor, you really don't find anything of value. There are a bunch of pastries if you would like to take them. There's 7 of them in particular, but beyond that, really nothing.
I'll
Alright.
add them to my bag of 12 pastries. So now we have
Alright,
19
You
pastries.
can have them. I'll pick them up, toss them to Uriel, and be like, "Yeah, I got you some pastries. There's nothing in this place. Let's torch it and get out of here."
Just a note about torching it. You would
Sure.
torch the wooden floors and maybe some of the like surrounding pieces of the windmill, but the building itself is made entirely of stone.
What about
Um,
the I assume, was this windmill grinding something
It could be used to grind something, flour in
like
particular, most
bones?
likely.
Yeah, like
Oh,
children's
not bones.
bones.
That's what
Bones
I was thinking.
potentially.
Yeah. So I want to render this thing useless, was the point. So was
Ah,
it a wooden mechanism? Is it a stone mechanism? Is it
it is
a
a wood. It is a wooden mechanism actually. So
Yeah,
it's a
we
wooden
want to just
mechanism down to like a
torch it.
stone grind.
Yeah, we want to torch the structure, the mechanical wood
Sure.
if it was made of wood, and all the
Just
floors and all that.
give me a general like intelligence
We,
check.
yeah, can we like mess with like the fire furnace and kind of like, just destroy the place basically.
Totally.
What'd you say? What check was it? Sorry.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
This is just based on like seeing how quickly you can do this.
Ooh, 16.
Yeah, good enough. After about like 10 to 15 minutes, you figure out that you can create a fire that will burn from the furnace over to the wooden shaft that is turned by the windmill, which actually goes all the way down through the windmill into the first floor nearby, and it will cause the shaft to light on fire, and that will burn up through the wooden floors, and everything will go up. It'll take some time, but it'll happen.
Perfect.
Yeah. Before Vincent does that, I drag the chest of toads outside and let them all go.
Fair enough.
Done. And the chickens in the chicken coop as well?
Yes, and the chickens.
Yeah,
And the chicken.
any animals we'd free.
Okay. Done and done.
I mean, Vincent, you might be related to some of the toads. Like one of them might be your cousin.
Nope. I'm a turtle.
Just one note. It has now been, I want to say, you've probably spent up to an hour here at Bone Grinder. It is mid-afternoon, and Irina in particular says, I don't know if we're gonna make it in time. So before you light the fire, she will say, I don't know. I honestly don't know how
Maybe we
much
should
longer
rest
it will
here.
take. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all camp out on
Spend
the
the night,
bottom floor
torch it
together.
in the morning. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we camp out evenly on the floors, and then
Take turns keeping watch.
take turns keeping watch, and then we'll torch it in the morning.
You guys
Okay.
can sleep on the floor. There's a bed upstairs. I'll sleep up there.
Hey, you
Yeah,
sleep on the hag
I mean,
bed.
wherever you want.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping on. I'm a turtle. I go into my shell and
I'm
just
a
sit on the
turtle.
floor. But I'll do a watch outside.
And
Okay.
what did you say I had to roll for the 3 vials of that gross stuff? Dexterity.
Dexterity, yeah. What'd you get for that?
I'm rolling it right now. Ooh, 19.
Uh,
19 with a +0.
more than good enough. You do not hurt yourself on this. You are able to have 3 vials of this ichor, and you can store it as 3 flasks of acid if you'd like.
Nice.
Everybody level up.
Woo!
Hell yeah!
Damn.
Yeah. Let's get you guys level 4. That was a well-deserved level up after that fight.
Okay.
We expect that the sister hag to just bounce. Or I assume
Yeah,
she
we
was
that's
like
I'm
like,
worried she's
she
gonna
was
come
more of
back.
like
We gotta be
I
careful.
think she's like more of like a minion. I think she's gonna be, even after like a minute, would she run back? Like,
What I will say is she now knows that at least one of her cousin is dead. During your rest, Riku, you are able to recall that hags typically work in covens, which is a triplet, and that if
Mhm.
one of them dies, the coven is broken. You've now killed 2 of them, and the coven is broken. You suspect that the shattering and the arcane boom that you experienced would have been the breaking of said coven, and that you know that when their coven is broken, they lose their ability to cast spells. So she is probably
Oh,
significantly weakened, and I will say now that she does not. Nothing bothers you through the night. You are able to take a full rest without issue.
Oh yeah.
nice.
Um, you have no idea where she has gone, or if you'll encounter her later. But for now, you could do whatever you wish with the windmill if you would like to not torch it. But that's up to you guys, obviously. Does anybody have any questions about leveling up?
Oop, I just got my feat of sharpshooter.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal actually for you,
And
isn't it?
some more HP. And
What did you get, Uriel?
Dang, I'm gonna choose a feat. I don't know what I want to pick though.
Axel? Do you
I
get
went
anything?
with Great Weapon Master.
Ah. Gotcha. Oh, that's gonna stack nicely. And Riku, what'd you get?
I just went +2 dex.
Oh, nice.
It's no feat for me. Not yet.
Did you only have a +1 to your dex before that?
Well, I had a +2, but now I have a +3.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I just
Yeah.
needed to reload your character sheet.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's worth it. Bumping up the armor class.
Mm-hmm. AC and damage, my roll, all that jazz.
Nice. Cool. If everybody's good, you wake refreshed, having eaten more potatoes than expected. Your sack is dwindling at this point because you now have 2 extra mouths to feed. These kids, funny enough, were not like necessarily super hungry right away. As they describe it, the hags have been fattening them up. Their belief was, they were fattening them up to help cook them into the pies, and therefore they've been eating well, even though they've been trapped in captivity. What would you guys like to do?
continue on our journey.
We had a long rest, right?
You do.
Yeah,
Okay.
long rest. I still vote torch the place, and then continue on our way. My
What would
vote, gang.
why torch it though?
To make it render it useless. We just talked about it.
Yeah.
There was their house. It was
Well,
killing kids.
Riku would explain what
bone
Nick
grinder.
told us about them, the covenant being broken, how weak they are. They're probably not going to do this for at least a little while. But yeah, we could torch it, even though they could probably rebuild.
What should we move on?
Would you guys like to leave Bone Grinder then? The old mill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right.
Ba-ba.
As you exit
Ah, jeez.
the mill, there's a familiar face awaiting you. And it's incredibly misty and foggy as you first exit. And it's not until you step out that you see the fog clear. And leaning back against the fence, down the path, examining long, sharp nails, cleaning his teeth with them, Strahd von Zarovich.
Ah.
And he sees you all and begins applauding you. Quite well done, quite well done. I'm so glad that you cleared this area of these hags, though you did not get all 3. 2 is good enough. I quite detested their presence. Harming children, how dare they? Not even I, the monster they call me, the devil himself, would do such a thing. Irina, dear, good to see you. And he's like smiling devilishly at you all.
Vincent draws his bow.
Oh, his hands sort of come up. No, not here to tumble and tussle. If you so wish to strike at me, you may, I understand. But I simply wish to applaud your efforts here. You've done me a great favor. You've cleansed my land of an evil.
That was pretty
Yeah,
badass.
which,
What we just
and
did.
then Vincent's gonna ask which way is home.
Home? Your home? My
Yes.
home? Whose home do you say?
My home.
Oh, your home. Well, I do believe it's Vincent, right? You could try going through Vallaki and all the way west toward Kresk. There's another gate on that side of the valley. Or you could try going east. Who knows? Maybe you'll leave and maybe you won't.
What's with the theatrics? Why are we here?
Come now, are you not enjoying yourselves in my land?
Oh, it's kind of a shithole. Vincent looks around.
Roll an
An
intimidation.
intimidation check.
Hells yeah.
You're gonna intimidate him.
7.
He goes, shithole. It's been a while since I've heard that descriptor. You're quite right. Barovia has fallen into some level of urban decay, as I would put it, potentially. Look, you're here at my invitation, and you'll leave at my invitation, good sirs. But for now, I simply wished to say thank you for ridding this place of such filth.
What's
Children, be
our
well.
what's our reward for clearing this out for you? What do you got on you?
Your reward? Well,
We appreciate the kind words, but you know your land is quite treacherous. If you got anything that might help us survive and better clear out your land when we run into these situations again, we'd be quite appreciative.
roll a persuasion check.
We in those like personal Hunger Games.
15.
Reward you're looking for? Well, I understand you're adventurers with initiative, and yet what I would say is your reward in this instance is the fact that I'm not taking what is rightfully mine. And you can see a darkness shade his face as he says this, and his eyes glow fiercely, and his attention is directed at Irina. In this instance, you've earned yourselves a truce. Is that not reward enough? As the smile plays back across his face.
Riku's like, we'll take what we can get, I guess.
Yeah. They kind of shrug and be like, "Well, we figured it's worth asking. You're clearly a man of means, so
And
trying
he
to get a leg up."
he gives you a little bit of a fake bow and says, I care not to play these games any longer. Do you have anything else to say to me?
What do you want from us? Why are we here?
Yeah.
Make
Why
an
did
insight
you
check.
bring us here to begin with?
What check?
Insight.
Insight. Cool. 15.
And he kind of
Oh,
looks
okay.
at you all. And as he does so, you get the sense that this is a game for him.
Yeah.
That this is nothing, it's not necessarily his personal Hunger Games, and yet this is interesting. It's engaging. A creature that is supposedly hundreds of years old, such as this, and stuck in a place as dreary and awful as the Valley of Barovia has been in your experience so far, you begin to understand that this is something fun.
Ooh, before he
And-
leaves, I want to ask him about the. I wrote it down. He'd be like, "Oh, we heard of a dragon's house somewhere in the area, and I've always been a big fan of dragons. Do you have like a local actual dragon, or is this more of like, a local warlord or a title or something? I've been trying to get a handle on what this dragon's house might be."
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
And we get an inspiration each session, right?
You do.
I am gonna inspire myself.
It's One
Eh,
higher.
still one better.
He looks at you sharply. This is good enough to get an angry retort from you and ask, "Who told you of Argenvost's keep?"
Augenbus Keep. No one told us about that. Someone just said there was like a local dragon. They overheard me talking in a bar about how much like I love dragons in my homeland. That was that was our whole thing.
Make a deception check.
Weird. Oh, that was so close to a nat 20.
And he goes, "Hmm. I will speak with my new servant. I suspect he will know more. Do as you wish. I am going to have leave of you at this point. Do not linger at old bone grinder," and he nods towards the windmill. "There's no happiness to be found here, nor an escape from the land of Barovia.
Oh, that's an
Irina, dearest,
statement.
I'll see you on our wedding day at some point."
Ooh.
And his heeled boots begin to move slowly down the stone and gravel walkway, and he fades off into the mist unless you would like to try to stop him or do anything.
Ooh, I don't think we want to do that.
What was the name of the keep?
Augenvoss.
Ogden.
I'll type it out.
Like Haagen-Dazs?
With an A.
Argon.
Haagen-Dazs.
Okay.
Less ice cream, more murder.
Who has the map? Whoever has the map opens it up, and Axel points to a place on the map where it looks like a word that's similar to that, but different spelling. Yeah.
Could it be a different language?
Look,
Can Axel read?
yeah, Axel can read.
Yeah,
He's
think
a
lot of
city.
times
He's a
your
city boy.
characters- Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Anyway,
Just because he's a barbarian doesn't mean he
yeah.
can't read.
Next, if you look west of where we are, where it says Luna River, and then west of that, there's a place called Argon Vol something. I don't know.
Is there any other keeps?
Well, it doesn't say keep. I looked around for the word
No,
keep, but I
no.
didn't see any word keep. But
No keeps.
Well, either
Any
way,
other-
like, dude, we got a name of the place. That's pretty good.
yeah,
we'll keep figuring it. He slipped up.
Right?
Unless did you deceive him?
I tried to. I don't think I was terribly successful.
yeah, that was
Well, he
good.
didn't press it, so.
And we didn't have to
Good.
have Riku do any of the talking there. That was good.
Yeah.
We just-
Well, Vincent was Vincent's irritated that he's being
Yeah.
jerked around. He doesn't like being a puppet.
Our bard just sat on the sidelines that whole time. That was,
Well, I'm looking at my. I've been looking at my spells and stuff because I got another spell slot, and I'm trying to decide what I wanted to get.
Yeah, my charisma's. It's not. I'm not a bard, but I still have like a +5 to persuasion, a +3 to deception, so not too bad.
Yeah.
Should we continue our
I guess
travel?
We gotta.
Let's
travel
drop
on.
these. We have to get to
We
this
gotta
town
ditch
so
the
we can
kid.
get
Yeah,
rid
Yeah,
of
we
these
gotta
kids.
get to this town and then go check out this
Man,
Argon Lost Hold.
Do we need to address that these two are supposed to get married? We need to talk to her about this?
The vampire guy and Irina.
The Overlord is married.
Yeah.
The chick with
Like,
the broad.
yeah, one of the like this evil Dracula is gonna try to
Are
marry
we
you.
like? Is he gonna be pissed if she dies under our supervision?
Probably.
Yeah.
But-
I don't-
I
Are
mean,
you gonna kill her, Vincent?
Yeah, we were
Irina,
planning on
what-
keeping
we
her
gotta- we
alive.
gotta-
Axel says
Irina,
within
what's going on?
earshot of Irina.
No, Vincent went over to Irina already. I was like, Irina, what's going on here? What's going on with this guy?
Yeah. Why does he
I don't
want
like
you
being
in
used.
particular so bad?
I don't like being used by this guy. And now I'm hearing you and you've been promised to him. I'm sure, in some sort.
I don't understand it myself, frankly. My understanding, and I only know this because he called me the wrong name at times when he was attempting to enter my father's home. He would call me by Tatiana, or say the name Tatiana at least. I don't fully understand it. Again, until maybe a year ago, I'd never met the Count. I'd only heard tales of him, though my understandings were that most of my life he was slumbering in his keep, and that his those who did his bidding roamed the lands. And so most of the evils across my time were not committed by the Count in particular. The last year, however, in the Valley of Barovia, and in particular my life in the village, has been a horror.
You must like resemble his long lost love or something.
I, I guess that's a potential, though I know not.
Either way, we gotta teach this
Or
motherfucker
you are
the
not who
meaning
you
of the
say
word
you are.
consent.
Or you're not who you say you are.
Are you attempting to rile her?
Yeah. Yeah, press the... Yeah.
Roll an insight check.
20.
She seems to believe that she is Irina. She is the burgomaster's daughter. She is Irina. Yeah.
Uh,
You don't sense any
enough of-
deception from her.
Good enough for me.
Look, we're getting off track here. Let's head
Yeah.
to our
Let's-
destination.
Yeah,
let's go.
let's head out.
Okay. 2 kids in tow, Freak and Myrtle. They stick by Irina the entire time. She does not have her short sword drawn because the kids are now around, but you all head off down the road once more towards
Are
the
we at
town
the
of Vallaki.
Are we at the old mill on the map?
Yes.
What are these ancient megaliths I see?
Ah, as you are about to leave, you do glance over and you can see them. Let me describe them to you.
Can we like instead of taking the road, can we like cut through the forest right there and walk through the megaliths to check them out?
Yeah, they're like 100 yards away, and you can walk over through the woods to the road after them. 4 ancient stones near the windmill stand at attention, moss covered and bearing carvings on each of them. It appears to be that of a city. Each one
Carvings
associated
like words or just like drawings?
pictograms.
Okay.
And each of the carvings of the cities on each one is associated with a different season, because you see things like there's literally like a snowflake on one, there is a leaf on one, there's a flower on one, and there is a sun on one. The city of winter is shown covered with snow, the city of spring arrayed in flowers, the city of summer has a sunburst overhead, and the city of autumn covered in leaves.
Do we get the sense that they're anything other than just like decoration?
As you are standing there looking at them, you see a raven land on the stone with the city depicting autumn.
But nudge Axel and like nod over towards the raven. Axel, your buddy's back.
Yeah. Well, what does he have to say? Is he squawking?
He
I
does
don't know.
squawk.
I don't speak Raven.
He squawks, and you understand the following: teeth, ground, and he points his head down.
He
As you
says,
look down,
Oh.
there are clearly what appear to be a small pile of about 30 or 40 teeth scattered around some of the stones.
Like human teeth?
Upon closer inspection, it appears that they would be human teeth.
yeah, there's teeth. We're standing in some kind of teeth area.
How worried are we right now about like getting into another fight? Because I have detect magic now that I can cast, but it would use a spell slot because I can't do ritual spells.
I mean, everyone's all fresh, so
Yeah,
if you want to do something, go for it. So not worried to answer your question.
Yeah, I'm going to do that while I contemplate switching my feat from Shield Master to something that lets me cast ritual spells.
I don't know what that means.
But yeah, I cast detect magic and investigate the megalith that has the teeth in front of it. Oh, I can't get the ritual caster feat. Damn it.
So can you detect magic or no?
I can detect magic. I just have to use a spell slot to do it.
Ooh.
All right, so yeah, use a spell slot, and I'm detecting magic around me.
DM unmute.
Yeah, DM on mute.
Was I on mute?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's weird. Yeah, no magic around you. There are, let's see. Yeah, no
Oh,
magic
also-
around you at all.
Speaking of rituals, did Riku, you have identify, right? Would you have been able to identify those 3 like weird potions while we were resting?
I could have, yeah. I mean, if I had
Like
time to, sure.
Yeah, the vials of youth, laughter, and mother's milk, and maybe those gems too, to see if they were anything.
Okay.
I could probably identify like maybe 1 or 2 things.
While we're
I don't
walking or something.
Well, you only need
Ritual?
what? You need 10 minutes, right? Per item.
I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
we've been
As a
exploring
ritual-
though.
Well, if
Like
you,
you're trying to rewind time here.
that's fine. For that sort of thing, that's like totally fine. The
Yeah.
the vial labeled youth will make you appear younger and more attractive for up to 24 hours.
Ooh.
The one labeled laughter is a non-magical item. And the third is poisonous and is known as pale tincture.
Well, there you go. Riku would let you know what's what.
The jewelry is non-magical.
Okay.
Yeah, the jewelry.
Even not magical, I still think Riku looks great in the green.
Is your wisdom
Thanks,
not
bud.
high enough for ritual caster?
No, my wisdom's only an 8.
And you're a paladin?
Yep. Yeah, paladins are charisma.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay.
Right, so I had 3 really good rolls and then 3 really bad rolls.
Oh, fair enough. All right. Anything else you would like to do here at Bone Grinder or around megaliths?
Well,
Religion check actually for being around the megaliths from anyone trained in it.
if we were going to this like this site here, I probably would have ritual cast comprehend languages to like look for any writings around the walls too, or the structures.
Sure. Nothing stands out when you do that. If anybody's trained in religion, though,
Got a
Ooh,
+2.
I am.
But yeah, I assume our paladin.
Even though I only have a +1. So Riku is more religiosity inclined.
just more knowledge.
Here you go, 11.
That is good enough to gain a little bit of insight here. Let me just double check. You suspect, and you've heard this in passing, that the teeth would be an offering to a wicked archfey, sometimes known as the Crooked Tooth or Sethlin of the Crooked Teeth. But you really don't know much more than that.
Okay, Riku would relay this information. Basically, the teeth are an offering, boys. Some sinister shit is going down here.
Do we want to try to like talk to this archfey?
I don't think so.
Oh, talking to archfey, that's usually like, low stakes. That's not like they're gonna try to like, get you into a weird bargain or anything.
If you want to go for it, but I'm not.
I kind of wanna. Yeah, I wanna. So I guess we would have taken like all the shit from the windmill and put it in the bag of holding. So I want to like rifle through that to see if like there's any teeth in there that the hag's left behind.
Sure. There's not in particular. Through the bags of flour and the baking goods, um, any of the other things that you would have taken, there's not actually. The closest thing would have been the powdered bone if you had taken that.
I would have. I guess I try that. I try like sprinkling. I tell everyone to back up first. Be like, we don't know how this might go down, so maybe everyone get to a safe distance.
Right. Would like to try to summon the Archfey. Is that right?
Yeah, fuck it.
Some of us do. Some of us don't want to be near it.
Who would like to be near?
Uriel would like to be front and center.
Riku's taking a step back.
And Axel, what are you doing?
Axel doesn't know anything about magic, so he's he's stepping back.
All right.
Wait, the way I'm thinking, Uriel's character, he was like the place he's from. He gets all of his magic like from a fae. I'm thinking. So he works with like the druids and like nature magic. So I think it makes sense that his stuff is powered by like the Feywild or Fey magic.
Okay. And
Does that like make sense in the lore of D&D?
that definitely makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, as a matter of fact. I doubt that this would be your Archfey patron of any sort, but you could use some of the rituals you know in terms of your religion to try to translate them over to summoning this Fey being using megaliths, the teeth, and any material components that you have on you, including the powdered bone, to do so.
I would.
What I would ask would be a religion check from you.
And also, now that I've like kind of narrowed my guy's backstory a little bit, can I change one of my languages?
To what? From what to what?
I was gonna change from infernal to Sylvan.
And what's the other one that you know?
I know abyssal, celestial, common, and infernal right now.
I think you used abyssal at one point, so changing to infernal seems fine.
Okay.
From infernal to Sylvan seems, and it's actually sensible based on your backstory.
Yeah, I figure if he was like, you see, he's fueled by the Feywild and has to like, it's from a place that communed with the Fey. It would make sense that he speaks their language.
Sure, I will allow that. Do you have a specific Fey that you already are tethered to as a champion of?
I keep forgetting to write it down. You sent me a name
Oh,
of
yeah.
like a Fey. Let's see, Shantae, the Faerunian goddess of life and bounty.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. So it's Shantia.
Shantia.
Okay, using what you know of Shantia and her relationship to Sylvanas and your connection through your tribe to the Fae, what are you doing to summon Sethlin?
So I guess I would like, reach out with my mystical mind spirit into the Feywild and the ether, and I try to communicate that like I'm a servant of Shantea stuck in Barovia, and based on what I've seen, I can't imagine that anyone from the Feywild would want to be here, but we keep seeing evidence of an archfey, seeing if maybe they wanted to connect, share information, and possibly we help each other out. One fey friend to another.
Okay, and give me that. The original religion check was an 11. Okay. What I will do.
Oh, that was Riku's religion check. Do I have to make my own?
Oh yeah, you do. Yep.
Nat 1.
Okay.
I was not very pious when I was at temple.
Ensuring that the pile of teeth is in like a little pile, you sprinkle some of the powdered bone in a line to the circle, to the center of the megaliths, and you make a circle, and you sit down in the center of the circle, and you reach out in your thoughts. You fail to grasp onto anything or connect to anything. At least so far as you initially believe. And as you stand and you leave the circle, the circle of bone powder that you initially made, and then you go to leave the circle of megaliths, you cannot. You are met with an invisible barrier.
I curse under my breath.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Second nat one in a row. Glad I
You
used
are racked.
my inspiration already.
You are racked with pain, and every bone in your body feels as if it is on fire. Let me go and make a roll here.
I like double over. I'm just like, my bones.
Are you able to see that? It might be a self roll only.
I did not see it.
You take 19 points of damage. And
How
as
far
you
away
are,
were we? Do we see this?
let me see if I have a map for this. Give me a moment. Oh, this will probably do. Give me a moment, and I'll put a map up because this is like swiftly becoming important.
If we just see you trapped in this invisible Stonehenge.
You're about to be sent to the Shadow Realm.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot an arrow at you.
Don't shoot me.
Just
Be
put
for your
him out
own
of his
good.
misery.
It'll be for your own good.
Alright. Existing map. Go. This, and we will put you in the middle here in just a moment. The one thing about this new version of Owlbear is like I found the map pretty fast. It just takes like way longer to actually like place it on the board for us. So we're gonna put you guys somewhere on the edge here. Uriel is attempting to leave, but he is stuck in the middle. I will put Irina here on the edge with the kids sort of back here. And you now see Uriel stuck in this location.
Can we hear Uriel curse under his curse to himself when he walked into the wall?
You cannot. All you see is him suddenly rebounding from something and not being able to move beyond this place.
What's he doing in there?
God damn it. Uh,
So I know you mentioned the name of this archfey, but is that something that I would have like learned while I was doing my voodoo business?
I mean, only if Riku would have mentioned it to you.
He probably would have, right?
I assume you wouldn't have done the ritual otherwise.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. I totally wouldn't have done it either way, but
Gotcha.
Riku, you would have shared all the the information with the group, right? While you were translating.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
And what was the archfey's name?
Sethlin.
Sethlin.
Ceithlenen. And
Sounds like a dick.
as you are trapped in this space, bone powder swirls. and conforms into an individual in the center of the circle that you are now trapped with. Standing before you is a 10 to 12 foot tall, horrific looking demonic fae
What?
with more teeth than you could ever imagine. An enormous gut over which are clearly skulls hangs across what is a bra. It is an awful visage that stands before you, and it takes up so much space that you feel as if you are being pushed into the barrier that is behind you. The smiling creature says, "Sorry to hurt you."
Would I recognize this as Sethlin?
Roll another religion check.
Yeah, it's like this thing actually here is this like a um magical representation of it, like in our dimension or something.
13.
You believe that this must be Sethlin.
Okay.
If you have attempted to contact something
damn.
through consecrated means, you have reached out and something has grabbed back.
I would like immediately like drop to one knee and like bow in reverence and be like, Lord Sethlin, like my apologies if I disturbed you. I meant no offense by reaching out to you.
Sethlin? No, I'm not Sethlin. Bit of a bitch, that one. No, I'm Pelerian, demon of bones. And
What was
you
the
would
name?
be Pelerian.
Valyrian.
Do I want to assume this thing's gender?
Up to you.
Yeah, I'd be like, apologies, Lady Pelerian. I didn't realize we'd saw markings for Lord Sethlin, and I have connections to the Feywild from my past, so I thought it might be worthwhile to reach out. Did not mean to disturb you, but you have quite the imposing visage. I must say, you are quite intimidating.
Oh, I know all about you, little one. I ripped it from your mind as I came here.
Oh, and I would have introduced myself first, I guess, before that. I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, my name is Uriel of the place whose name I haven't come up with yet.
And as you're about to say it, they actually interrupt you and they give you your name and they give you where you're from. And they say, I know you've lost relics. I know that you have left your tribe behind. I know all.
Like,
Why did you summon me here?
Like, apologies.
Again, Lady Valerian, me and my compatriots have found ourselves, transported and trapped in this Count Strahd's fairyland. And we've been, attempting to make our way through the land and try to find our way out.
I know the one they call the Devil Strahd, and I'm not necessarily sure I love being summoned here, and yet I can taste the evil on the air. Delicious. Delicious what he's done with the place. Little one. Though you not know it, I am in a giving manner today. Would you like to make a choice and a deal?
I would be honored to hear your offer, Lady Pelerian.
You give me one of your teeth. Would you be so kind as to be my tether to this realm?
I am honored, but I fear my path may lead me not quite in alignment with the Count Strahd, and I don't wish to inadvertently do anything that may be against your interests.
No. I wish to see the Devil Strahd taken care of and removed from such a place. Barovia should be a free land and back on the Sword Coast where it belongs. Look, how's this? You give me one of your teeth, you tether me to yourself, and you let me have your eyes and ears for this realm. I shall grant you some supplication of power. Time out here for a moment. If you
Okay.
would like, you may give up a level of paladin and take on a level of warlock. And that is your trade in mechanical terms.
Well, I feel like I kind of have to take it just for how cool this is.
But you will be tethered to Pelerian.
Hmm. That's tough. But then I'd lose. I'm also worried about saying no to this monster.
What are your oaths?
My oath is Oath of the Ancients, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, Oath of the Ancients. Which I think is like the Fey nature focused paladin spell. Like my original goal for building out this character was I wanted to do that and then eventually find a like an archfey or something to do a pact with to get my warlock levels.
Gotcha. Let me just check one thing.
But I didn't want to do that until level like at least after level 5.
If you would like, you can give a tooth now and you can get classes of warlock later, is what I would say. In
Okay.
terms of your oath, the question is, does this put your oaths in jeopardy in some way?
Yeah, I don't want to break my oath to Shantea.
Is
Can
a
I
tether different than an oath?
Gotta have
Is
your
a-
religious priorities in line, bro.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, Lyrian is not asking you to do anything yet beyond being the eyes and ears. So it's really up to you. If at some point that begins to be a problem, we can figure that out and deal with it.
Okay.
Pelerian is not directly requesting that you break your oath in any way. Giving a tooth wouldn't. You don't have to take that level of warlock yet. We can do that later, but this will be the potential catalyst for that.
Okay. I want to take it just because this just is really cool how this happened. So I guess I'd respond to her and be like, Lady Balerian, that seems like a very reasonable request, but I must be honest, I have sworn an oath to Shantea, and I won't be able to, do anything that goes against that oath. But if all you desire is eyes and ears, I see no reason why I can't provide that for you.
Oh, then you will be rewarded in due course. May I have the tooth? And she reaches out one of her hands with these horrific red claws. You let her take one?
Yep.
Yeah,
All
yeah, I
right.
do.
Give me
Just
another
a little tooth.
Constitution saving throw.
What's one tooth? Is a freakishly large demonic thing.
17.
Good enough not to pass out and go unconscious. You do go to 1 hit point at this point, and the tooth goes entirely black the moment she touches it. It courses down through your jaw, and you are racked with pain. And she plucks it from your jaw, and it is one of your front 2 bottom teeth.
Oh, I'm gonna look like a nerd.
It's
But
funny though. So
I
she
can
plucks
probably practice some really good whistling with one of those teeth missing.
she plucks it, and you feel something grow back in its place.
Ooh, a
And
magic tooth.
those who are visibly watching this from beyond see this enormous creature pluck the tooth, hold it up, put it on her tongue, and swallow it, like dry swallow, like a pill, basically.
Mm.
This tooth. Delicious. We are linked, small one. Uriel. You shall gain from this. Thank you. And she disappears in this bursting cloud of bone dust. And the teeth that were at the base of the megalith disappear. And Uriel, as you turn towards the group, they see that in its place you have grown a small tusk. Almost like an orc tusk.
Nice.
Huh.
Can I guess I would like, very gingerly reach out my hand to make sure that little barrier thing is gone.
It is gone.
And then I'd join the crew and be like, well, that was not an archfey, Riku. I think you might need to, study up on your languages. That was that was a demon.
Archfey
Axel.
demons. What's the difference?
There's a big difference.
As you exit the circle and you see Axel eating the raw potato, Riku, I would like a religion check from you just to see if you can understand how he did the ritual and see if he like fucked it up or not.
A religion check, you said?
Yep.
Okay. 19.
Oh yeah, he definitely fucked it up. Whatever he did was not supposed to summon a demon. That that they were trying to contact something else.
Riku starts laughing. He's like, You messed up the ritual. That's why
What?
you summoned the demon.
Why didn't you stop me when you saw me messing it up?
He's like, I don't know. I don't know the difference. It's just now that it's happened, now I know what happened. So,
Well,
I didn't know what you were doing while you were doing it, but now that it's happened, I'm able to tell the difference.
Well, either way, all she wanted was one of my teeth, and then she wanted me to be her eyes and ears. And she's no friend to Strahd, so I know demons certainly can't be trusted, but if we're lucky, this might work out to our advantage.
Riku's like scratching the top of his head. He's like, I mean, I think it's too late for that now, man. You gave her one of your teeth. That's kind of it's a bit personal at this point.
I was certainly not gonna. You saw her. Wasn't about to say no to her.
I'm glad you didn't. You didn't implicate any of us. He looks
Yeah.
back to the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
He's like, you finished eating?
Yeah, I
To-
told
to
her
Axel?
how. I did tell her that my bard friend thought she was very attractive, so she might be calling on you in the future.
I have a feeling she's only going to be calling on you, friend. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. And then turns to Axel. You done eating your potato? You ready to go?
Yeah. Axel wipes his face and is like, okay, let's get out of here.
And Irina looks terrified at the lot of you. Was that one of your gods? What did you do?
No,
What was
no.
that?
I was attempting to contact an archfey, but I dialed the wrong number.
And she goes, children Kavirias, look, don't
Yeah,
ever
there's
do
kids
that
here."
again.
Rico shrugs. He's like, what? You've never summoned a demon by accident before?
No.
Yeah,
of
this
course
is just
not.
it's just a Tuesday for us adventurers.
Oh
Well-
God, let's get to the town of Vallaki. Let's save these children's poor souls, and I think I need a drink of some Dragonberry Crush.
We're
So
lucky that demon didn't see the children. She might have mistaken them for a snack.
Right?
you guys want to just cut through the forest or go back on the road?
Forest is probably quicker, but
I'm at 1 hit point, so I am going to healing hand myself.
you can short rest and get extra stuff if you want to.
You're
my
only
ability.
about a half day's march away from the town of Vallaki, is what
Yeah,
Irina
I'll
tells you as well.
I'll healing hands myself real quick, and then just so I'm not at 1.
Smart.
And then I'll go up to 10. I'll use 3 of my lay on hands pool.
Okay. And for your path forward, road through the forest a little bit to the road. Preference.
Let's go through the forest. Like if you look at the map, we go from
Yeah.
where the megaliths are, probably to where the CH are in Spallage Road.
Okay.
Just like cut through there and then
Yeah, and then go over to Vallaki.
Okay. What I would ask for is a survival check, whoever is leading the group, and a d20 roll.
Oh boy. Well, who's leading?
I think we determined that Vincent is a survival guy, even though he's
I have a
Like-
+2.
I think he's got like a 3 or 4. Vincent
3.
3. Yeah.
I feel like
My
I shouldn't.
survival.
I shouldn't be in charge of things for the moment after my after I just summoned a demon.
Yeah, you keep like touching at your tooth, which feels ginger and sort of sore.
Oh, it's a brand new tusk. I've never had a tusk before.
Whoever.
Does
is
anybody
that
have guidance as a cantrip?
Nope.
Nobody has guidance. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a different characters.
Vincent, you begin leading the
Bad
group
roll.
down through the woods to the north in a direction that you believe will lead towards the road based on map. It is steep down through this hillside, this wooded hillside, and you now begin to realize why the road would probably go in such a drastic direction away from town before
Uh-huh.
cutting back. Give me a D100 roll.
I want to do that one.
You go
And
ahead.
then I still also need a D20 roll as well, just a general D20.
I'll do the 100.
All right, I can do the 20.
The good news is you are heading in the correct direction. The bad news is that you begin to hear something off in the distance.
Stuff's happening.
I would also need a D12 and D8 rolled at the same time.
I'll do the 12.
You gotta do them at the same time.
Yeah, do them at the same
Yeah,
time.
both
You
together.
won't. You won't.
We
Can
get
I
a
do that?
total. Yeah,
It's
you
click
one of
one,
each,
then click the other.
Oh.
then click roll. Or the yeah.
10. You hear a squirrel at the base of a tree as you are continuing down this hillside. And you see it stick its head up and then flee. But it's funny. There's something else there. There's a bundle. It looks like a bag that's been tied together.
Huh. What is this?
As you investigate, it is a leather-wrapped bundle hidden in the underbrush, stuffed inside a nestle of the boughs of this tree. As you
The
open it,
heck?
it clearly contains one set of common clothes, size for a human adult. Call
It's
of a
just-
raven crows over above you somewhere. Otherwise,
Oh, actually,
there's
your buddy's
nothing
back.
else.
What is the Raven? What's the Raven saying when he's
Mark the Raven, something.
As the raven, as the raven calls, it's just a like a mating call, basically, or like a
Oh my.
just like a typical. Oh baby.
So did anybody grab the so it's just a thing of common
Yeah,
clothes. It looks like
Rico
someone's
grabs the clothes and examines them closely. Is there anything unique about them, or they're just like regular clothes?
They're Barovian clothes. They would probably fit by the cut and the fashion. You suspect that they would fit an adult male. You have no idea if they're like old or more recent in terms of the fashion, but probably 5'7", 5'8". The shoulders are broad, the hips are narrow. Trousers, shirt,
Well,
vest.
Would we be aware of like the existence of like druids and wild shape?
Not necessarily. Like if you were thinking the squirrel was that, for instance.
Yeah, that's what my first thought.
I mean, you would know of such a thing through stories and taverns, but you wouldn't know how to identify if that squirrel that you had seen run off
Yeah.
were one.
either way, Rico's like, this is odd. These clothes.
This is
He's like,
super weird.
they're my fit, but I don't really want to take these random clothes. He looks around at the group. Anybody else? Need clothes?
No, no, Riku.
Oh,
Oh, everybody looks clothed.
I remember hearing stories growing up about nature
Act-
warriors who could shift into animal form. Maybe it's
Actually,
something like that.
I don't know.
maybe you hold on to those, Riku, in case you need to, maybe pretend to be somebody from like a local.
Sure, why not? Riku stuffs the clothes in his
Yeah.
bag of holding.
Okay, done. After about an hour, you do find the road. It takes quite a bit of time. You stumble down through the woods, the children beginning to ask, "Are we lost?" When eventually Vincent is able to confidently say, "No, you have found the road." It leads east and west, through the mist and the fog and the light rain, and continuing onwards to the west, you finally come to what would be the gates of Vallaki. The old Svalich road meanders into a valley watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. It is midday, and there are guards on the walls. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates, the pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half-dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled upon them. The wall in front of you is 15 feet high and seems to enclose the entire town. You can see the rooftops beyond. The vertical logs are held together with thick ropes and mortar. At the top of each log, it is sharpened to a point. Wooden scaffolding hangs inside the palisade, about, you would guess, 10 to 12 feet off the ground, therefore allowing the guards on the walls to peer over. You've now reached the town of Vallaki. The gates are closed, but the guards see you approaching. Hail, travelers. State your business.
Ah, greetings. We were doing just that, traveling, as you said, looking to seek refuge here for the night. Perhaps that's probably all.
And where are you headed? Either in the town or beyond?
Beyond, I believe.
And how long do you plan on staying? You have coin?
Oh yes, Riku flashes his bag of coin. He's like, we have much coin. We plan to stay maybe a day or two at most.
Acceptable. Names, please. And we can direct you to a local inn. Any trouble will be dealt with swiftly. Names, please. And they look at you all.
Sure. Riku gives him his name and tells him everybody else down the line.
Gotcha.
He's like, those two we saved from these nasty creatures along the way. They've been
Nasty creatures.
yes, these witches or hags or something along the lines of that. They've been capturing children and making pies with them. He's like, have you heard of these pies?
We have. Did not know that they were. It sounds like maybe you should speak with Lady Watcher.
Yeah,
Hmm.
perhaps we should.
How's this? Go to and you see the guards suddenly like talking amongst themselves for a moment. How about you go to the Blue Water Inn, find some rooms, and we'll send forward an individual to speak with you about such a thing. Uh,
Yeah.
it, if you have indeed saved these children, and Freak, the little boy at this point, pipes up and he goes, "They saved us. Those witches were awful. These people have been so nice to us." And the guard like is like surprised, but also goes, "Yes, send a runner to Lady Watcher now. Yes, go to the Blue Water Inn, and we will send an envoy to meet you there eventually."
Ah, sounds good. Thank you for such a warm welcome.
Yes, and they've like opening the palisade gate at this point for you.
Come, fellas, drinks are on me. Riku smiles.
As you begin to head through town, It is clear that this is another incredibly depressed, dark place. It is better than the village of Barovia. Bigger, probably about 5 to 10 times bigger, you would guess. Just in terms of population, in terms of the number of homes. And yet, there is something rather decrepit, sad. It takes you a while, but you're able to eventually head towards the Blue Water Inn, which is where they direct you to. The Blue Water Inn would be in the center of town, and you head through the streets. You first pass what appears to be a very large stockyard on your left. You go past several buildings and homes, and eventually towards the center of town, very near what appears to be the crossroads at the center of town, where a road goes south, north, east, and west. You come to the Blue Water Inn. Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large, two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. And as you enter the door, you clearly see the following. Let me just double check this. Damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Above the balcony hangs an entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in a dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolves' heads mounted on wooden plaques. This bar is warmer, more inviting, and interesting than the one in Vallaki. You see many bottles, all of which depicting the same vineyard, Wizard of Wines, standing behind the bar. You see bottles of purple grape mash number 3 along the bottom shelf, Red Dragon Crush along the middle shelf, and one bottle of Dragonberry Crush on the top. There's an individual behind the bar, and their boys scampering about, and the man yelling as they do so. There are several people in the bar as well. They appear to be hunters, bows standing against a chair as sitting across from one another. They talk darkly, one with an enormous beard and a balding head, one with long dark hair and scars across his face. There is also one lone guest, a colorfully dressed half-elf, a man out of place and potentially out of time. His dress is unlike anything else you have seen. He's sitting alone, drinking a glass of wine, strumming a lute. And this is where we're going to end for tonight as you enter the Blue Water Inn. And we will pick it up here next time.